Need to mute that.
What's up, people? Welcome back to the Touchline Trifecta. Another week, and yeah, we're back. The second one, number 2, before we start this season. So we're all smiles and happy now, but we all know that it could turn diabolical. You never know. And I'm joined, I'm accompanied by Boring Rob and Dark Side El Campione.
What's up, people?
So what's up? How's everybody doing?
Yeah, I'm okay, bro. Weirdest day of my life. I can't lie. Like one of the strangest things that have ever happened to me today, but we move. Let's hopefully have a good show tonight and get into some good Arsenal stuff because you know me, I love talking about Arsenal. I love this club. I fucking love this club. And yeah, let's hope for a good show and make sure you smash them likes, people. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on all 3 channels. And yeah.
Brilliant. So 1 minute in and Darkside is already dropping F-bombs. Appreciate you, brother. I personally have had a blessed day. I've had a really nice family day. The kids are enjoying the summer holidays. We're at that point now where we're kind of like in limbo. We don't know what day it is. But it's nice. The weather's a little bit more tolerable. Me and my wife and my mother-in-law, we found some junk to watch on TV. I highly recommend Android. It's the lady who does all the kunk stuff. And yeah, man, it's just, you know, it's summer holidays and vibes. And it's back to work soon, so I got to enjoy it.
Well, I'm still at work, and it's slowing down, though. It's slowing down. Now that the rain and the clouds have come back, it seems like the people have decided to stay in their houses and not come to hospital. So maybe everything's all right. But yeah, other than that, man, it's it's more football stuff. Big up to the chat. Big up to Quality Thumbnail. That was quality. You can take Chat GPT. I'm just saying. I do appreciate them. And make sure you smash likes. Make sure you subscribe to everyone, man. Make sure you subscribe to the panelists. Let's get a Dark Side to 5 million. And let's get Bob to 1,000.
Appreciate it.
So, as we know, the weekend has come and gone, and Arsenal did play a match. And I will tell you guys right now, I ain't watch it. I didn't see it, didn't watch it, didn't care to watch it. But you know, we won. So there's that. I should have prepared it. Give me a second.
I'll jump in if you like.
Yeah, you can have at it while I load.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I won't talk about all of the breakdown of the game. I'm just going to talk overall. I went to the pub with my brother, my dad. We had our little spot, and we were drinking our beer. And one of the main things for me was just watching the game and seeing the way that Arsenal played was so cathartic, man. Like watching the goals, being able to celebrate them, being able to cheer them. There was something like really euphoric about it because I know what it is, all right, and I know I kind of pander around with the English Super Cup stuff, right? But one of the things that I was left wanting with at the end of last season was that Arsenal failed to beat Man City and Liverpool on their way to the Premier League title. And one of the things that I really wanted to see was this kind of like laying down the law. This is Arsenal's league. It's Arsenal's title to defend. And he showed Enzo Maresca up. I thought Enzo would have more. You predicted correctly, Gunnar, and I have to hold that. But I thought they would offer more. And they did not. And Arsenal dominated them. They made them look foolish. They humbled them. And it was wonderful. I had one too many beers. I came home. I was merry. Like it was good times. It was good times. So it is a shame you missed it because I loved it. Ty?
Sorry.
Before he goes, What's your score prediction for the Community Shield? Arsenal versus Manchester City.
I'm going 2-2 Arsenal to win on penalties.
I think Arsenal will win in 90 minutes and will be the champions of the Community Shield. 2-1. 2-1.
If they don't have Rodri, I'm predicting 3-0. I think if they don't have Rodri, I predict that we we embarrass them.
Do you think
that's delusion? You guys know me, I'm delusional.
I want to defend this, right? You're making it sound like I was laughing at your prediction. I wasn't. I loved your prediction. I was just laughing at the audaciousness of it. And you know what? It wasn't audacious, and you were right. And I'm happy. I am happy. I am happy that you were right, mate. Like, I am so glad that you were right, because Arsenal laid the gauntlet, man. They put City to the sword, to the point where even Sødegaard was laughing before he scored, my friend. Like, come on. It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Dark side?
Yeah, sorry, just remind me the question again quickly. So I was just making sure my stream was working.
Just talking about the Community Shield. What you thought?
Oh, bro. I had so many thoughts, man. Like, first I'm going to say this, and you're never going to ever hear me say this again. So you might want to clip this one. Shout out to the Beyblade, man. Do you know he gets his real name today? Shout out to Martin. Shout out to Martin, man. Shout out to Big Martin, man. Beautiful little performance. The goal where he sat Donnarumma down on his bald backside, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Best keeper in the Premier League? I think not. It's always going to be my boy with the ponytail, Mr. David Raya. And yeah, when he dropped the shoulder and left Philip Joseph Foden 31 appearances with 0 goals in the dust, that was beautiful. I don't even know if it might not have been Philip Foden, but I just want to show him Philip Foden anyway. So the goal, his performance. Okay, this is a tiny criticism. The only thing I'll say that peed me off about Odegaard's performance is when he had it on the edge of the box and he passed it to Madueke behind him, when he should have just shot. He should have just let one rip. But to be fair, Solis did that as well. So, yeah, do you know what? I'm really, really happy with the performance. I'm not looking into it too much. Obviously, a lot of people are saying, is the style of football change now? I'm not 100% sure about that. But again, I can't fault the performance. Calafiori looked great. My GOAT, Miles Lewis-Skelly looks great. And there's not really anything bad I can say. Solis looked solid. Mm-hmm. Not flashy. Just kind of does what he's supposed to do. Be a GA monster. Two faults said it best. I'm a positive gooner, bro. I'm a positive gooner. Listen, I've said it a million times. Yeah, when I was in primary school, I used to get called a glory hunter for supporting Arsenal. I used to get called a glory hunter. So I want to be called a glory hunter again. I want people to question how long I've been supporting Arsenal. That's what I want to see. Even if it doesn't mean we're going to have a dominant period as much as Liverpool and City and even Man United. You can even potentially say Chelsea as well. As long as it's respectable and we're challenging, we're competing, and we are picking up trophies, then I'm happy. I can't complain. Yeah, and that's me, bro.
I think I know that you said about not reading too much into it, and I do think you're right, Ty. But there's that element of who would have thought that Arsenal would take the initiative so fast within 25 seconds. And one of the things that really stood out was, and you've already spoken about Miles, but Miles laying that through ball to Calafiori in that moment was something that we haven't really seen a lot. And if there was one criticism I would have of Rice, if Rice had been in that position, I think the ball goes sideways or back. Whereas Miles is going to gamble there. And this is why I think Rice is more of a 6. Because if you've got Guimaraes or MLS there, they are going to look for that forward ball. And I actually think that the competition this season is going to be, you're going to see Rice and Zubimendi playing for the 6, but you're going to see Bruno and Miles playing for the 8. And I don't think Bruno's going to have it all his way. Like, I really think Bruno is going to be pushed all the way. by Miles Lewis-Skelly, and it might be closer than people are giving it credit, you know. So that was the opening 20 seconds was just crazy, because that's where Arsenal have been complacent and have fallen into that kind of dome of death, and they're playing these kind of like sideways balls. And Miles was like, no, straight through the middle, and Calafiori does the rest, who inverts and becomes the extra 10. So that was great.
So, like I said, I didn't watch the game. I don't like the Community Shield, man. Like I get some people do, but I'm not gonna waste my time to go, out and watch it. I was offered tickets to the Community Shield, which I passed up. I just can't be bothered, to be honest, to drive to Cardiff. And it sounds pretentious, but I just don't care about it that much. I've seen us win the Community Shield and win nothing. I've seen us lose the Community Shield and win the FA Cup. Like I've seen us in the Community Shield. I don't care that much. One thing I will say though, is I'm not getting gas off of one meaningless performance. I know there are positives, and I don't want to be that negative person, but we've seen this before. We've seen everyone tell me Martin Odegaard's back because he had 1 assist, and then the next game he goes missing. If we see it in 3 or 4 games, I'm on the bandwagon. I'm here to say I apologize, Martin Odegaard, but I'm not gonna get giddy off a game that really didn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. There's no pressure in that game. Win or lose, that game does not matter.
Can I challenge you? Can I challenge you on it though?
Huh?
It might not matter to you, right? And I'm not going to say it matters to the fans. That's not what I'm going to say, right? Those players, yeah, you could see the interviews on both sides, right? Those players, Man City and Arsenal, are not going, well, it's a meaningless game, que sera. Like those guys.
But they're media trained not to.
No, but
listen. They said the same thing when we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup. Oh, we're hungry. We want to win more. And then guess what? You get knocked out the next cup. Like it's media training, bro. Show me. I'm in show me mode now. Like I hear what everybody's saying.
They did show you. They won it. Like they won it.
Manchester City were terrible though.
But good because they weren't good enough, and they weren't good enough because they were outplayed. And let's not pretend they didn't have opportunities. They were kept out by a very good Raya performance. Like they should have had at least 2. It should have been a 3-2 game. Raya was exceptional. Arsenal made mistakes. And I do think Mosquera was excellent, by the way, but he made mistakes. Ben White was found wanting. Like these players aren't rubbish. They weren't just going out there for a kickabout. Like they were trying to win the game, and Arsenal just shut it down. And Raya proved why he's the best goalkeeper in the league and why he's going to be contender to go 4 for 4 for Golden Glove. Like that was a competitive game. Haaland was hooked, man. Like he weren't good enough.
Wait, hold on.
Maresca trash.
Stinker and hooked. See that striker? Rubbish, mate. See that captain? Rubbish. Stinker and hooked.
This is my thing, right? And this is a side tangent because this is what we do on my channel. Can we talk about Phil Foden for like 20 seconds? Okay. That guy is a bum. I was hearing people say Phil Foden better than Saka. Phil Foden is the next big thing since Gerrard and Lampard and Beckham. Where has he been for 2 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
why is nobody getting on Phil Foden like they get on Arsenal players? Can someone answer that question? Because you hear, oh, Saka's falling off. Oh, Declan Rice this. Oh, Nani Mato this. No one's talking about Phil Foden. That guy is falling off a cliff.
I've got a friend who is she's not quite there, but she's basically a season ticket holder at Man City, and she said that Foden has never really been held to account, and he's been getting away with it. And this is someone who's a Man City fan, right? And now that you've got Rodri who's not there, Bernardo who's not there, Kevin De Bruyne who's not there, he's got nowhere to hide because they are all better footballers than him. But now he is going to have to play and he's going to have to show up. Otherwise, where does he go from here? And the other thing I want to caveat on that as well. So just to move sideways a little bit from Foden, Elliot Anderson is going to have to show that he's a £100 million player because he was mugged by a HLM product. Like, if you were watching that game, who are you having in your team? The reality is you're having Miles Lewis-Skelly in your team.
And the fact of the matter is, bro, sorry to just cut in. I just have to say this, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
Elliot Anderson was never £100 million player. I think for me personally, realistically, he's a decent. So for those who used to play Pro Evolution back in the day, when I say this, it means someone who can shoot from distance. Yeah, he's a decent middle shooter. Decent passer of the ball. But I don't really look at Elliot Anderson and think there's anything special. I just think there's a vacuum of quality in English centre midfielders right now. So when you think about Rice, yeah, you think about like top. And then who's really next after Rice is Elliot Anderson. But when you think about the gap between the actual ability, it's like, well, they do different things, to be fair. But is Elliot Anderson really that good? Really? Is he really that? Because I don't think so. Because when I think about what is he actually good at, equalising against City to help us win the Premier League. Other than that, I can't think of nothing.
No,
which again was a shot from distance. There you go.
I think that's fair. Like I don't think it might take him some time. There's going to be a high level of expectation. He wasn't bad at Forest. Like, let's not pretend that he's not a bad player, but can you put him on the elite? You can't put him on the elite pedestal yet. And the comparison would be, people will say that he's a better footballer than, say, for argument's sake, Miles Lewis-Skelly. But Miles Lewis-Skelly, in his career as a younger player, I'm pretty sure he's quite a bit younger than Elliot Anderson, right? Has already played in a Champions League final, has already put Real Madrid to the sword, has already won a Premier League. Like, I think Miles Lewis-Skelly is better, and I don't think it's even close. So I don't know. I mean,
sorry.
Do you think that with Elliot Anderson then, because they've got is it Budai coming in as well, Man City?
Boadi?
Yeah.
Probably.
So they're going to have him coming in. So you're going to have a 19, 20-year-old, and then you've got Elliot Anderson, and then you've got Kovacic. Like, there's not a lot going on there.
Yeah.
That's a pretty poor central midfield.
I said in the preview, Rodri is the glue, right? Because you've lost Kevin De Bruyne. Mm-hmm. You could still work because of Rodri. You've lost Bernardo Silva. You could still work because of Rodri. Rodri's gone. He's Barcelona, right? Which is great. I love that move because bun Real Madrid. But that's another conversation, right? So he's gone. He's the glue. You're asking Elliot Anderson to take and Kovacic to take over from what the best CDM in the world? Arguably. Mm-hmm. It's not happening. And I knew that without Rodri, we're going to slice through them. A lot of teams will slice through them. Maresca might figure it out, but I hope he doesn't, because Bun City, they need to go back to the doldrums where they belong.
Yeah, 100%.
So we did have a couple questions, which are basically about the season, and I'll ask them. I have one comment from Twofold that the first 10 games will tell us if Arsenal is serious about retaining the title, and I agree. I think within the first 10 games, first couple months, we will know whether we're serious or not. What do you guys think?
I think. Go on. Sorry, Ty.
I was just going to say we'll know everything we need to know by the international break.
Yeah, I think that's fair, and I also think that because I don't know, I think the way that Arsenal have done business lends itself to how serious they are as well. I know that there's frustrations because people would like to have seen more, but I think signing Bruno Guimaraes is really important. I think signing Solis actually is really important because, like we said last week, he's the type of player that ends up at Palace or Brentford or Bournemouth, and then everyone pays 80 million for next season. And Arsenal have done it now. And by the way, 2 assists in the Community Shield final. I think there's going to be plenty of more coming this season. Someone in the questions put, is Solis going to be one of the signings of the seasons? I think he will be one of the signings of the season. In fact, at the moment, I would have a cheeky tenner on him making team of the season. I just think that Arsenal's business hasn't been bad. Would I like to see more? Yes, obviously, because I'm greedy. But I think that the business lends itself to a team that is serious about retaining the title. But and the Community Shield to me was a gauntlet. But yeah, I want to see Coventry absolutely dismantled. I want them to see Arsenal disrespecting Chelsea and Aston Villa back to back. That's what I want to see before the international break. So I think that's where I am.
I'm with Ty. Yeah, first international break. I think the first international break will show us. We've got some interesting game coming up. I don't think Coventry are going to be a cakewalk, but we'll talk about it in a minute. But yeah, I think we will find out what we have. Now, two folk came back with another comment, which is covering Dark Side's face. Give me a second. I'll move this up so we can actually see him. There you go. That should work. There you go. Arteta would change his style of play because Pep Man City were the reason he went haram ball. Reckon we will see the shackles come off, but we really need a left wing, a good backup keeper and defender. Really quickly on that, I think that we hope that's going to happen, but I don't think Pep was the only reason. I think we were seeing that style against other teams. I mean, we didn't beat Liverpool at all. And we played that way against Liverpool. We played that way against basically most of the big six, and it didn't turn out well. At some point, he's going to have to change how we approach those big six games. I'd like to win at Anfield. We talked about this last week. I want to win at Anfield. I want to win at the Etihad. I want to win at the Trash Heap. I want to win at the Toilet Bowl. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want to win against the big six. I do understand going to Coventry and, Aston Villa and all those teams. Yeah, we have to win there too. Sunderland, Newcastle. I get it. But I want to beat the big boys because then they can't talk to me. But it's all hope. It's hope that he'll do that. We don't know that he will. So your thoughts, guys?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I said quite a lot last season was I think that Arteta is playing this way because he knows he has to win the Premier League. And there was a time where, collectively we were worried that it might not come off. And then there was questions about whether that would cost him his job. And I thought it could cost him his job if he didn't get the Premier League over the line. The thing, I watched Arsenal against Como. I was there. I watched the Community Shield at the weekend, and I've watched the other games that have been streamed on YouTube as well. From what I can see, I do think that Arsenal are moving the ball in the final third with a bit more pace. And I think having Guimaraes in the team, and hopefully if Rice does drop to a 6, having Guimaraes in the team, having Miles Lewis-Skelly fighting for that position at 8, and particularly Solis, who is only really interested in getting ball in the box, I think that Arsenal will be more direct, or I hope that is an indication that Arsenal will be more direct, because I think Arsenal have the capability of being way more clinical. And particularly if the third attacker comes in, there's been noise about Yildiz again today. Alvarez is obviously unhappy that he's not going to be sold. I just think all of it is pointing towards this kind of direction that Arsenal are going to be faster. But I also think they must be faster. I think there must be more drive into the box. Otherwise, I think there'll be more noise, and people will be saying that Arteta shouldn't keep his job.
It's frozen.
Talking about the haram ball thing.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, and that's true, Tyson Mitchell as well. One win against Liverpool and City apiece. Yeah. And I've been to some of those games, man. It's been awful, absolutely awful.
You know what? I only went to a couple in the last 10 years. I've only been to a couple games. I went to a couple preseason games, and I went to a couple games in 22-23. And some of the L's we've taken, against the big clubs. I think about the Liverpools, some of the 5-0s and stuff, and some of the 5-0s at empty had. Even Chelsea have slapped it on us a couple of times. Not actually, to be fair, not recently actually, because to be fair, Arteta kind of owns Chelsea. To be fair, I can't even lie about that. I think it's all stat we haven't lost to Chelsea since 2021 or something. But even still, I think this season we need to get some get back, man. We need to. I think we need to dunk on City this season, like twice as well. We need 6 points from City. We need to be, and if we meet them in a cup, we need to knock them out. Because I was thinking of somebody asked me this last year. If there was a hypothetical, if you could skip all the way to the Champions League final, but you have to face City, would you do it? And at the time, I said no, because I just felt like at the time, I feel like Pep had Arteta's number, and I just feel like if we went against City in the final, we'd lose, and quite badly. Even though I think overall we're probably slightly better because of our defense. But this season, if we go up against City, I expect 3 points or through to the next round, or to see my captain's armpits. Absolutely. I don't expect anything but a schoolboy spanking, mate. Nothing less. There are people saying that they reckon Enzo could be gone by Christmas.
I wouldn't be surprised, because did you guys see the overlap where Paul Scholes was talking to that City fan? And sorry, I need to say this. I need to look in the camera and say this. The arrogance of you City fans, saying a club like City, bro. When you was what? This guy must have been about 18 years old.
Is that the chompy guy?
He's ginger and he looks like a lizard a little bit.
He looks like a lizard.
His eyes are really weird. He's got like really weird lizardy eyes.
Okay.
And he was like, I was thinking, it's like, we're not going to end up like Man United. Man United, when has gone 13 years without a title. Liverpool went 30 years without a title. We went 22 years without a title. And we're the 3 biggest clubs in the country. So when you're saying, we're Manchester City, we're not going to go for a drought. Manager, when they first come into the club, last 3 managers, first 2 years, they win the Premier League title. I think that's a great, indication of what's to come. And I'm like, mate, are you deluded? Are you deluded? Are you flipping deluded? You just lost Rodri. You've just lost Bernardo Silva. You've not got no Kevin De Bruyne anymore. Philip Joseph Foden hasn't scored a goal in 31 appearances. Doku probably couldn't even change his kid's nappy right now if you ask him to. This guy will probably be dribbling left, probably trying to put the left stick on the left fucking Velcro on the right Velcro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just the arrogance. Like, I get it. You won 6 titles in 7 years. You done a 4P. You had arguably the greatest manager of all time. I get it, but let's be honest, man. Anytime a big manager leaves a big club, it always goes sour. Like after Wenger, even though Wenger was way washed and way past his prime when he left Arsenal, but in his last 5 years, he still left with 3 FA Cups. So look at what happened when Ferguson left.
Yeah, I know.
Man United haven't even been in a title race. The closest they got to a title race was 20 points behind City Centurions. 20 points, mate. 20 points.
Like it when you watched them at the weekend, it looked like someone had taken a Dyson to their aura. There was just it didn't feel threatening, did it?
No.
People underestimate their aura came from Pep. City are nothing like no offense to City fans. City aren't a big club. They've been pumped with money, and then they use Pep's aura to get that good. Pep's gone. He ain't coming back. The difference between City and United is Ferguson had that club for 30 years. He had that club for nearly 30 years. Was it, or 20 years, 25 or some high number, right? He was there for a long time. The guy was winning in the 90s up until 2013. Like, he had the club for a long time, right? You don't replace that. Like, yeah, Pep's been there for what, a decade? But it's not like City had, they weren't of the status of an Arsenal or Liverpool. They didn't have that. Everything that City has been injected into them. Look at Chelsea. Everything Chelsea had was injected. And now that the injection's gone, now that Daddy Roman's gone, they ain't coming back. Because it's not built into the fabric of your club. The only way you can win is with injections. And you'll see the cream rise to the top, unfortunately. For you guys, but fortunately for me. Moving on, though, right? Because we need to talk about some serious stuff. Okay. And I have it as deadline deals, but the thing that I really want to talk about, and it's the thing that is really, really getting on my nerves. AFC always said, I'm not happy Nwaneri is leaving in the summer. Ethan Nwaneri leaving, I think is absolutely diabolical. What is your thoughts?
I need to tackle this. I'm just going to say, I need to tee myself up first. Black Wilshere. Bakai Lightskin, not Saka. Cesc Fabregas Black. Why the hell are we selling this, bro? It just don't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. And what really annoys me is, why did we buy Madueke? There's just no reason. We tripled his wages from 150 to 150k. And if the argument was we needed the English quota, Wanyeri's English, bro. We already had homegrown and English. We didn't need Wanyeri, and it just annoys me because now we've got a situation where does Wanyeri fit into it? He can't play in the 10 because Eze and Odegaard just basically come back. Man said Monster Reborn, and he's come back to life. Yu-Gi-Oh settings, yeah. Eze,
I haven't heard a Yu-Gi-Oh reference in so long.
like Eze is still like is still like, you know, one of our prime targets that we got for 65 million. We snatched him off Spurs, so he can't play in the interior. Miles Lewis-Kelly, in my opinion, is probably you argue with yourself. He's our best 8. I don't care what anyone says. He's our most progressive and a progressive and aggressive 8, in my opinion. You can argue it's Bruno, but argue with yourself. 49-49. He can't play in the 6. He's not right-footed, so I don't really want him to play off the left. I wouldn't mind him playing off the left, but is he going to be effective? I don't think so. I've never seen him play off the left. And then it's like, you play off the right, he's going to be behind Dalman, he's going to be behind Saka, and he's going to be behind Madueke. So it's like, my thing I said on Rory's stream last night, I think it's time to play Wanyeri as a false 9, in my opinion. And the reason why I would say that is because I feel like Wanyeri would be the perfect false 9 for low blocks. The back here we done against Dortmund, I was like, yeah, just play this kid false 9, bro. Don't waste 120 million Alvarez. Just let him play false 9, because when I think about it, he can pretty much do everything Havertz does minus the height. Yeah, he obviously is not as experienced and he's probably not as technically gifted. I think as much as I don't like Havertz is probably our most technically gifted player. And yes, Darkside did say that on the 8:38 on the 18th of August 2026. Havertz is low-key one of our most technically gifted players. 23-24 at home against Southampton, Bergkamp-esque. I've not seen something like that since Bergkamp. If you haven't seen it, go look at yourself. But anyway, this Wanyeri leaving is honestly, it's just a logical fallacy. But Arteta and whoever signed the Madueke thing and who didn't see that he has talent as a false 9, we've kind of got ourselves into this situation. So here we are.
I just don't see the connection between Nwaneri and Madueke personally. I don't think that Madueke is the reason that Nwaneri is being held up. And I'm not, and I hear all of the other stuff you said about coming through the middle, Ty. But the reason why, for me, the way I perceive it anyway, right, is that Arsenal signed Madueke because he's different to Saka. And if Nwaneri was going to play on the right wing, he would also be. He would play similar to Saka. He would invert. They signed Madueke because he's a line hugger. And so I still hold hope that he is not going to be sold. If he departs this season, I think it will be because I hope it's because he's going to go on loan. I just don't. I see a world where Nwaneri will remain at Arsenal. And the reason why I say that is if you are going to play him through the middle, if Jesus goes, there's going to be a slot. Now, Arsenal will either replace and bring in a forward, or they will use Merino as the false 9. And if they are going to use Merino as a false 9, Merino's only gotten maybe 2 years. And then by the time that 2 years is up, Nwaneri would be ripe for the plucking, right? On the left-hand side, you're not going to play Nwaneri there. Eze could be an option there. But for me, Solis is the starter at the moment. And Martinelli could still be sold. Fabio Vieira is likely going to go. Nelson is probably going to go to West Ham. Jesus is probably going to go. So I do think that there is room for him in the squad. I hope Arsenal don't move early because he's profit. That's the only thing I will say. And I'm not defending Madueke. I don't dislike Madueke the way others do. I think he was signed because he is an alternate to what Saka offers. And there was no way that Madueke would have expected to play as much football as he did last season, but Saka's injury dictated that, didn't it? But yeah, sorry to kind of run off on you.
No, it's cool. I think I just want to quickly say, I think the reason why the Madueke thing is I link the two is because when Saka was injured last year, Wanyeri played off the right and got 11 goals or 10 goals or whatever. But Madueke's come in, and now again Black Wilshere is not nowhere to be seen. So here we are. That's what I'd say anyway.
No, I think that's reasonable.
So
I think so.
I had this conversation in the group chat, and what I was told was that Madueke's difference between Nwaneri is Madueke takes players on and he doesn't lose the ball. He takes players on, he's more direct, and that gives you something else. My issue is you're going for a title. That direct thing, it sounds good, but if you don't score goals, then it doesn't really matter. I mean, Nani Madueke had 2 goals. And in his cameo appearance the year before, Ethan Nwaneri had twice that. So
10.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why we bought a player. If Ethan is young enough for you to teach him those things, he's young enough, and I think that when it comes to Arsenal fans, everyone will glaze Dowman. Oh, Dowman's good enough. He should play more. But then when it comes to Ethan, people are like, oh, he couldn't have played that much because he's young. So it's got to be one or the other. Like either he's too young to play or like, you know what I'm saying? Or the manager doesn't rate. I get all that stuff. Now, when I think about Nwaneri, I think that he has to leave. I think if you look, he's not going to play over Odegaard. He's not going to play over Madueke. He's not going to play, over Kai Havertz or Marino. I think it's time for him to go. And it sucks because I like Nwaneri. I really rate him. But if I'm Ethan Nwaneri and I'm looking at who's in front of me, my manager never plays young players. He plays young players for a little bit, and then they don't get a chance in the first team because they end up buying bums. So why would I stay here? Same reason Aiden Heaven left. Same reason Cheeto Obi Martin left.
I forgot about him.
It's the same reason Balogun left. You telling me that what's his name? Smiley was better than I can't remember his freaking name. The dude who went to Crystal Palace. Edward Nketiah. Right? Nketiah. You telling me he's better than Balogun? No, but Balogun was never going to get a shot here because once our manager has his favorites, you can't get into the team.
I think signing bums is a little bit harsh. I think
Nani Madueke is the bum. Now, what I will say,
but you said bums. You just don't like Madueke.
I mean, Willian. You telling me young
players was like 12 then.
I'm just saying. We're used to we always buy a Chelsea reject and they come into the team. Now, one thing I will say, and I actually agree with Dark Side, I'll say it into the camera. Kai Havertz is technically gifted. That's not my problem with him. My problem is you're asking a guy to lead the line and he ain't scoring goals. I don't have a problem with Kai Havertz's technical ability if he was in Germany or La Liga, but he ain't. He in the Prem. And guess what? He ain't scoring enough goals for me. It all sounds good. And for people to say, oh, Victor Gyökeres was trash, but to clap up Kai Havertz, I think it's disingenuous. The guy got 15 goals playing for this manager. Name the last striker to get 15 goals for Mikel Arteta. Last attacker to get 15 goals. Can you name him? But he's trash. And apparently Kai Havertz is the next thing. I ain't having it, bro. I'm not having it. But I do agree that he's technically gifted. I mean,
to be honest, bro, I have to, sorry to cut you there. Last attacker to get 15 goals was Martinelli, Saka, and Odegaard. Just sorry. sorry. I hate to be that guy.
No,
I hate
15
to be that
goals
guy.
in the Prem.
Yeah. Yes, 15 goals in the Prem.
Martinelli did it without scoring a penalty as well.
Yeah.
When?
So, same as Odegaard as well.
23,
no,
24.
no, all in play goals, mate. 22, 23.
No, was it 23, 24?
It was 22, 23.
So
Okay,
22, 20, I mean, okay, fine. 22, 23.
Sorry, by the way. Sorry, I just...
So the first year we actually played good football. In the last 3 years, who's the last player?
Gyökeres. What, in the Premier League?
Yes, just the Prem. I'm not counting all competition. Just the Prem.
Nobody.
Okay. So since we stopped playing actual football, then nobody scored 15 goals in handball.
I'm looking just to see if there is one.
There isn't. The highest one was Gyökeres at 14. There isn't. I know the stats. There isn't. Okay. Unfortunately, in the Premier League, there isn't. All competitions is a different thing, but Premier League, nah.
Okay.
I'm talking about we won the Prem. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Prem when I talk about scoring goals.
right? So it's so easy to say that, you know, Kai Havertz is great and Victor Gyökeres is, but like, I don't understand us getting rid of Victor Gyökeres for what.
I wouldn't get rid of him, but I can see it. I can see it happening.
I think we'll get rid of Gyökeres, and I think we'll get rid of Nwaneri. And MLS was on the chopping block too. I think people forgot about that because he had a good performance, but he was also on the chopping block, and he still might be.
Who's this?
MLS.
Yeah,
they were saying MLS and Nwaneri.
That would upset me more than Nwaneri. I would be absolutely crushed.
I'd be so fuming if they sold.
I would be looking in. I'd be looking in the mirror and having a conversation with myself if that happened.
Yeah. I cry internally.
Because here's the thing, right? I've already kind of subconsciously and like in terms of like sentimental value, already kind of accepted that Nwaneri is probably going to leave permanently at the end of this transfer window. By the time I land in Spain, Nwaneri will probably be playing for RB Leipzig or Dortmund. I've already accepted that. But here's the thing: if I see MLS with a red devil on his chest or that strapped lion with it on his chest, I'm not going to make content anymore for a good while because that will piss me off. Not only if I just spent 150 quid on Miles Lewis Skelly, on the jersey, but he's my favorite player. Plus, he's our most progressive midfielder. Do you know why? Do you know a lot of people? I wish I forgot to say this yesterday on Rory's podcast as well. Do you know why so many people nobody has mentioned the fact that the reason why we played so well yesterday? Does anyone know the reason why we played so well yesterday? It's because, I know, and this is going to be very controversial me saying this, no Declan Rice. And a lot of people ain't going to like that, but the reason why we played well yesterday is because Odegaard, MLS, Bruno is a fluid midfield. It is the most fluid. It's the most fluid possible midfield we can play. As much, and you know me, I'm an Eze wanker. I love Eze, but in terms of fluidity, the Beyblade can spin, bro. The Beyblade can spin. Dragoon can be summoned, bro. So for me, and then you look at how progressive and aggressive Bruno is, and same as MLS. That's why we played so well yesterday. It's like I've been saying for so long. Just play the 22-23 Thomas Partey progressive football, and you'll see what will happen with this team, regardless of how well our attackers is. If you get players in the positions quickly, then things can happen, and that's what Calafiori did. And I'll
to caveat that, right? To counter that. Sorry, boy. To counter that,
no,
I wouldn't say Declan Rice not being in the midfield is the issue. Declan Rice not being in his best position is the issue. Declan Rice is not. I agree with that. He's a 6. If you put him in the 6, you can put anybody you like in front of him, and we'll cook.
Yeah, and do you know why that's? I think that's a better way of saying it, Gunarican, because when you've got Rice there, he could then, when you've got the likes of Ben White overlapping or Calafiori inverting, Rice just becomes the third centre back, and that's all that happens, and that's cinema, because you don't need to do anything else because you've got all of that forward motion. I mean, Calafiori was in the box within 22 seconds, man, and that guy trains with the strikers. Like, he's up there playing like a 9. So I don't necessarily. I think the way you're putting it is better, Rican, because I don't know if it's more about putting Rice where he should be. And now that he's got Guimaraes, and now that Miles Lewis Skelly has presented himself as an what's the word I'm looking for? He is undeniable. Zubimendi is going to struggle for minutes. If anything, Zubimendi will be the inverting right back to cover for Timber or Ben White, because he's going to be fighting for his minutes. I'm just saying because he likes a midfielder at right back. He did it with Thomas Partey, so you can shake your head, but you know what I'm at least trying to say, right? You can hear me on the philosophy of it, even if you don't like it. But it's going to be Zubimendi who's struggling, and that's why you've got these rumours about Zubimendi in Real Madrid, because he's the one that's going to struggle the most for minutes, potentially, because Miles Lewis Skelly is undeniable. And Guimaraes is the new signing, and Rice is Rice. So, I think the fact that we're even discussing this is a testament to where we are. Like, I really do.
And I just want to caveat this. I don't think Rice is crap, by the way. Rice is our best midfielder. But what I'm saying is that in terms of, I don't like Rice in the 8. I don't like this like Jamie Carragher. Like, look, Declan Rice is, was obviously a great player, but just don't think he's, I think he can do a job in the 8s. I think he's a great player. But for me, nah, just play in the 6, bro. Just play in the 6. Just play in the 6.
And I really hope he does. I really hope he plays in the 6 this year.
Yeah. I don't want to be seeing players shoehorned anymore. I'm sick of it. Like
I just want to see him
lost
taking
the
corners.
versatility. But yeah, I'm bored of it now.
I just want to see him taking corners.
The next bit, because we spoke about Ethan Wanyeri, Gabriel Jesus. What happens to Gabriel Jesus? And the more broad question, who else leaves besides Jesus? Who else needs to go for you guys? Who else do we need to get rid of?
So I think most of them write themselves personally. So Jesus is obvious. Vieira is obvious. Reece Nelson is obvious. And for me, Solis is the starting left wing. So if Martinelli stays, he's number 2. But if he doesn't go and Arsenal sign another left winger, he's number 3, isn't he? So Martinelli, I think, is still potential to go, but it depends on who they bring in. And again, the Yildiz rumours have started up again. But, if Martinelli does go and we can't get Yildiz, we'll probably end up with signing Ndiaye. And if we're going to sign Ndiaye, you could maybe debate, do you even bother selling Martinelli? Because you're going to have to fork out 50 plus to try and sign him. So you might as well keep Martinelli for another season and either use the option to extend and then sell him, or he goes on a free. Like, the Martinelli one is more difficult, but I would expect him to go, if I'm being honest. So
I think Martinelli goes to Aston Villa.
I've seen the rumours, and Napoli. Villa and Napoli are the rumours, aren't they?
I think Villa has the money though. Also, if I'm Martinelli, right? No, I don't want to leave Arsenal. But if they're forcing me out, I mean, he was not even on the bench.
Yeah, I know. That's a sign
for
of
the Charity Shield. So
and
it's
Emery loves him. Emery loves him.
Exactly. Emery had him playing centrally, how we wanted to. If Emery gets his way, I think Martinelli goes to Aston Villa. I think he cooks.
And Ollie Watkins could be on his way to Saudi. Did you see that?
I need to go to Saudi. Saudi, do you need a YouTube channel? Jesus. pay me 100K, bro. I'll learn Arabic and everything.
I think Ollie Watkins has agreed terms. I don't know which team, but I know
what team it is.
Shoot me up.
It's a team. It's the only team that you're allowed to actually drink alcohol.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called alcohol.
Mate, I tell you what, yeah.
Sorry.
Let me tell you right now, yeah. Listen. When you're a dad, you're gonna cook, bro.
my camera's on.
You're gonna cook those.
He was linked with Al Halal, but now he's been linked with alcohol, mate.
It was awful.
Get out of here, bro.
It was awful. Make sure you subscribe to the 2 other panelists and myself, man. If you're from a different channel, if you're from my channel, subscribe to Bob and Darkside. Darkside already got 5,002,062 subscribers. He just needs 5 million more. But nah, big up Darkside. Big up to Bob as well. I do got a couple more questions, but I'm going through the comments as well. There was another. I started these things. We did the Wanyeri one. There was another. Oh, I missed it. It was about Salas. Do you think Salas will be the signing of the season?
I am ready to lay it out. I've already said earlier on in the chat, I genuinely think he could be in the team of the season. I think he's a wonderful footballer. And like I said earlier, it's the type of team that Bournemouth or Brentford signed for 40 million and then someone else pays 80 million for in a year's time. He's already got 2 assists in a Community Shield. He's basically got a goal or an assist in every friendly and behind the closed doors friendly that he's played. I think he's going to be an absolute monster. He's direct. He makes the right decisions at the right time. And I know that we've left a slot for FPL, but he is in my FPL team and he's going to stay there for the whole season. Because I just think that for 7 million, he's such an enabler, but also he is going to get he's going to get points for assisting whoever. I think he's going to be a wonderful signing. I really do.
Ty?
Too early to say for me, but I like what I see so far. Like I said, it's a GA machine. What I really wanted to see is, I know this is going to sound a bit harsh, but I think Solis is aggressive and he's progressive, but I just think he was a tiny bit shy. Kind of like what I like to call the Kivior syndrome. I think there was a couple of times where he could have cut inside and shot, and he kind of, hey, listen, you're welcome. I'll be here every Tuesday. And I'll see you next Tuesday. You feel me? So, yeah, I think for me, it's too early to say, but I'm very, very happy with what I've seen so far. That joke was out. No, that was funny. That was funny. That was funny. That was funny. Listen, my friend Adam, it doesn't matter what you think. I have Lambo now, okay? It doesn't matter what you think. La 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 la.
I trust the guy who drinks wine.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen, this is a Malbec, my friend.
I think it's too early to say, but yeah, we'll see.
Listen, I think that
It's views in the chat. Oh, hey, big up views, man.
One thing that I will say in the few bits that I've seen Solis is he gives you that same thing that Trossard gives you with a little bit more pace, a little bit more directness.
Trossard.
I think so far, and like Darkside said, it's early, but what I see is it's a signing that we got kind of a like for like, but we got a younger version of Trossard that will just keep. I like people that would just shoot. I think that's one of the biggest problems we've had in the last couple of years is we're trying to walk the ball into goal instead of just saying, I see an opening, I'm going to take a shot. If it ricochets, it ricochets. Somebody else will get it. And I think that in the first couple games, that's what he does. He just, I'm here, I see a goal, let's try something. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I mean, my biggest problem last year is that we kept shooting at defenders. We kept hitting defenders. It's like
I think he has elite decision making as well. Like he looks at the gamble and he plays it. So like even with Odegaard's goal, he plays it into the area and Odegaard nips it and then sits down Donnarumma. And so I just love the way that he is willing to take those chances. Whereas I think before and last season particularly, and it was frustrating last season, even though Arsenal got over the line. Arsenal were willing just to recycle the ball, and I want to see a bit more of a risk. I want to see Arsenal take risks. So the fact that he is willing to do that, I think, is exciting because he makes himself maverick, doesn't he? I'm so excited to watch him. I really am.
I am as well. I'm not as excited, that I'm going to go down to the armory and put his name on the back of a kit, but
he's in my dream team. That's how excited I am.
I'm excited. Last couple comments. Did I start anymore? This question: do you think Madueke can score 5 Prem goals this season? I think I have a better chance of scoring 5, to be honest, but that's just me.
I don't think I'm going to say this right now. Madueke is getting 1 GA this season in Premier League. I'm not talking about other competitions. In Premier League, he's getting 1 GA. And his assist is going to come from a corner. I'm sorry, this guy is just dog shit, man. I can't even lie. It's just rubbish, bro.
5 GA. I think he'll do. I think he'll do 5 GA.
Listen, I'm admitting on stream, I have a Nani Madueke agenda. I just don't understand.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I just don't understand. I hate Chelsea players. There's no Chelsea player that we've gotten that's made us better. Kai Havertz has done a job. He hasn't made us better. Willian, let's not even talk about that guy.
He's been better than Jesus.
What? Madueke?
No, Kai Havertz.
Oh, I was going to say. Bomber. I was like, what? Oh, what a bomber club.
You call him what?
What a bomber club.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And I saw this comment from Joe King. He said, "Can't lie, you this ain't it. 11 goals and 6 assists in 47 games. Don't scream upgrade to me." I was talking to Gianni, who is a Napoli fan. He's a big watcher of La Liga, and he said, and I know from the times that I've watched Yildiz, bro, Juventus didn't make the Champions League. They were in the Champions League spots. They didn't make it. He didn't do anything in the run-in, right? And 11 goals, 6 assists in 47 games ain't great. What Yildiz is banking on, what you banking on with Yildiz is potential and hype.
Would you keep Martinelli over Yildiz then, or are you still signing Yildiz?
I'm getting rid of Martinelli.
I'm
because of what Rican was saying. That was all like
if it came down to it with a reasonable price, I got to get Yildiz. I've already seen what Martinelli can offer me, right? But this is the thing. What we're talking about is potential. Yildiz can potentially be better than Martinelli.
I think it's because Solis comes in with like 30 GA or something ridiculous, and he just comes in and like Ty rightly says, he is a GA machine, and you want someone. And even like you're talking about potential, which is why for me Solis is a starter, because he comes in and you expect him to goal or assist in every game, and Yildiz would have to get to that level, whereas I feel like Solis is already there, and we got him for a ridiculous price. And I just wonder, I kind of feel like Martinelli has reached his ceiling, but then there is that element. If he goes to Aston Villa, we might see another level to him. Or if he goes to Napoli. I know what, but like, you know, you might see him go to another level because he's allowed to go through the middle, or he's allowed to shirk his defensive responsibilities. Like, there's all ifs and buts, isn't it? And it's trying to offset one against the other. And for me, I think I would like to still see Yildiz come in, but I would also like to see Solis starting more than not at the moment, based on what I've seen.
This dark side guy has a good point. He says the whole market is poor. It stinks. Besides Vinny, the left winger market ain't great. But this is my and I can't believe that I'm saying this. I would rather stick with Martinelli and Solis and try to get someone in January than overspend on someone that we and I don't want Martinelli here. I honestly don't want him here. It's crazy.
Hey, Stevie Wonder's in the chat. What's going on?
Like I don't, but I'd rather stick than spend 100 million on somebody we know is not going to be better.
Let me.
Like,
sorry, I need to. Sorry.
Let him stare at the camera.
The funny thing is, I don't actually disagree with you, but I do disagree with you so much. This is the thing, because it's like
I don't want Martinelli.
The thought of going into the season with Martinelli again, like it makes me want to rip out my twist, bro. Like, Martinelli is honestly one of the most bird brain footballers I've seen in my entirety of watching Arsenal. I've been watching Arsenal since what, 98, 99. Like, it's just ridiculous, bro. It's just ridiculous. He's so bad. And the idea of us getting someone in January, we haven't really got a proper forward in January since, not including Trossard, probably since Arshavin.
No, Aubameyang. Didn't Aubameyang come in January?
Oh, yeah. To be fair, Aubameyang did come in January. Mm-hmm. So when you think about January forwards, Aubameyang, Trossard, Arshavin. Think about the gap between those three players as well. Think about the years of, like, it's not 2 or 3 seasons. You're talking about 5 years, then 10 years. Because I think we've got Arshavin in 08, 09. I think we've got Aubameyang in 17, 18.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Trossard in 22, 23. So, like, minimum 5 years apart for getting a forward in January.
They are good forwards, though, all three of them.
All three of them.
All three of them good forwards, to be fair.
I just think we have. If we need one more signing. I think we have to get a left winger, man. We have to get a left winger, and even if we have to overpay for Njai, I'd rather just get Njai. Premier League proven, and I think for me, he's everything I want, bro. Pace, power, trickery. Premier League proven.
I also think he doesn't start over Solis, though, does he? I don't think Ndiaye starts over Solis right now either. So I think it's quite a good competition there.
I think, and that's the thing. It's competition. It's competition, and I think they're good for different game states as well because they're completely different profiles.
Yeah, that's fair.
My overall point, as I said, was not to keep Martinelli, but I don't want to spend 100 million on a player that's unproven, who turns out to be a dud.
Yeah.
And then we can't actually get a good left winger when one comes available. I'd rather just go, like you said, get Ndiaye for cheap, get a cheap option that can actually compete with Solis, rather than spend 100 million for somebody like Yildiz has everything that it might take to be a great left winger, but I don't think 100 million on maybe is good enough for me.
Do you know
I'd rather just get someone who we can get maybe 50 million, like a Nani Madueke, who's a second tier, might not be that great a finisher, but can give us some energy.
Joe in the chat's got the right kind of idea. I don't hate the Matoma shouts, I have to say. His injury record is a little bit concerning, but I don't hate the Matoma links. And also, we do live in a world where if the Medistras are getting on Vinicius's back, who knows what could happen in a year's time? And in a year's time, we might be like running around with our, giving our shirts all this because Vinicius Jr. does eventually sign for Arsenal. Well, that's fine.
I'm a bitter ex-girlfriend. I don't want you.
Okay. Okay. Denial is not a river in Egypt. The other thing I think that is quite interesting is that Aston Villa have just signed Aaron Wan-Bissaka. What do you think that means for Konza?
He's done it, mate.
You what? Sorry?
I think he's done.
What, you think he's going to come to Arsenal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't want him to, by the way. If we're going to get right back, I want Fresneda or Coyote.
Yeah, no, I would like to.
I don't want to, because the thing is, why are we doing this thing where a centre back that can play fullback? The last proper fullback we had at this club was Kieran Tierney, man. It's embarrassing.
But it hasn't hurt Arsenal, has it?
But it hasn't. But I know it hasn't hurt us. But bro, like when I think about
who's this guy? Not you, sorry, Ty. We can put something up.
Oh, okay.
Not you, sorry, mate. Go
on. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think for me, bro, I just think we need specialists. I don't want a guy who can do this, but he can also do that. I want Fresneda gets up and down. He's 6'1", powerful, quick, and first time whippage, mate.
Yeah, I'm with you. I would have liked to have seen Coyote, to be fair.
Now Voterism says, think our transfer window is done last. Great squad. Salas looks promising. And if that's my next question, if we do not get anyone else, is this squad good enough to repeat? Yes. Or are we in trouble?
No, it's good enough to repeat.
The squad's not good enough to repeat, but it is, but only on the caveat that everyone else is rubbish.
No, I don't. I don't agree with that. I don't.
Let's discuss. That's what I think personally.
Yeah.
Because look, let's be honest, yeah. If you want me to be an objective Arsenal fan, and I'm not being negative, I'm a lot more positive these days. But I'm not being negative, but we were still very lucky to win the league last season. I know we won it by 7 points, but we were still freaking lucky to win the league. We were still freaking lucky, man. We were lucky. So to say that, has this squad improved from last season? Absolutely. Bruno, MLS resurgence, Solis. This squad's improved, but if you said to me now, bring in like a proper left winger, I would say we're winning the league, but we're getting 95 points. That's how confident I'd be. I'd say, listen, we're getting 95 points, and nobody's going to come close to us. Like I'd be like, okay, let's not even focus on the league because we're going to win the league. Let's focus on Carabao and Champions League, or FA Cup and Carabao, or let's focus on domestic treble this season because I know we're winning the league. But without a winger, like a proper like good winger, and I'm not saying Solis is, again, I'm being conservative about Solis because I think he is going to bang, but I want to be conservative. I think without that winger, I still think Chelsea could give us a run for our money, to be honest. I'm just saying.
Chelsea, you think it'll be Chelsea? I think it'll be Liverpool, personally.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I think Liverpool. They look underwhelming in my opinion.
I think it'll be Nottingham Forest. I'm just kidding.
Marinakis with his belly and his iPod and his iPhone 3GS out, mate.
All right, we're gonna have to wrap up soon, but let's talk about Coventry really quickly. Start with you, Bob.
I think Arsenal will get the job done. I think it will be convincing. I think Coventry will show up, but I think that Arsenal will just be too strong and will get the job done.
Score prediction?
Friday night, first game of the season, 2-0.
Okay.
I don't think Arsenal will concede against Coventry. I think it'll be 2-0.
Can you give us a quick start in 11?
Yep, I think the starting 11 will be pretty much as we saw in the Community Shield, actually. So I think it will be Raya, Ben White, Mosquera, Gabriel Calafiori, and then I think we'll be seeing a pivot of Guimarães and Miles, with Rice coming on at about the 60th, 70th minute. Odegaard in the 10, Solis, Madueke, and Havertz. I think that'll be the team. I think it'll be the same team. I think that'll be way good enough to get the job done.
My score prediction, I'm going to 4-0. I think the first half is going to be cagey, and then we're just going to slap them in the second half because they're going to overextend and have to try and get something for the fans, and then we're just going to slap them. I'm actually going to go with Bruno Guimaraes to get his debut goal at the Emirates as well. In terms of starting 11, I think it's going to be exactly the same. I do think Saka will start, though. I don't think Madueke will start. I do have this weird feeling that Saka will start. I think this team will be exactly the same. Other than that, I think Saka will start. And I do see a weird world in which Gyökeres starts this game as well. I know a lot of people think because there's going to be a low block that Havertz will start, which in my opinion, it does make sense. It does actually make sense to me, but I just feel like Gyökeres will start because I feel like Arteta still feels like he's obligated to play the guy. But for me, just play the best players for the game situation. Again, now that we've won the league, I cannot be negative and be objective. I just feel like Havertz would be the better option for this game. And in fact, for starting on the right, I'd actually start Max Dowman as well. For me, Essex Messi, the white child of destiny, I'll definitely start him. Noni would be holding bench for me, but I think Saka will start
though. For me, I'm going 3-1. I think with our back line, we may concede a goal. But I think it'll be comfortable. I like you guys said, I think to start off with, I think he will probably go Madueke hopefully to give Saka some rest. But I think you should go Gyökeres. I don't understand the Gyökeres hate. And I think that the only way he gets better if he gets more playing time. I think if you have a midfield with MLS, no shoulder guard, and Guimarães, I think we can actually feed him enough to get him goals because he's a finisher. That's what he does. And I don't want to see Kai Havertz up front, honestly, to be honest with you. So I think the lineup stays the same. And we did have a question, which I started really quickly. Premier League or Champions League, which would you rather have if you had to choose next year? And I think it's a really good question because it might come down to this, depending on how the season goes. So you have to choose one.
It's hard because I would love to see Arsenal go back-to-back in the Premier League for the first time. And I think that's the drawback of this. Obviously, the answer is Champions League, right? But there is that part of me where people are now using the narrative, but you've never gone back-to-back. And so there is that little part of me with that kind of pride and that ego that wants to be able to say we went 2 for 2, So it has to be the Champions League, but the draw of going back to back is big. That's for me.
Put a star above this effing badge, bro. Put a star above this effing badge and nothing long.
I'm saying.
Listen, this whole thing of we've never defended our title, we've done it in the 30s, we've done a 3P. I don't care if it's the top division Premier League nonsense. I don't give a crap about that nonsense. My granddad might have been in his granddad's ball bags, but someone in my bloodline has seen that ish. Secondly, but nobody in my bloodline has seen Arsenal lift the Champions League and put a star above that effing badge. Get a star above that badge so that I can dunk on my Chelsea friends, man.
It wasn't Premier League.
I'm sick and tired of hearing champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. I am sick to death. I'm sick to the back of bro. That stuff. When I hear that, it gives my teeth cavities, bro. That's how much I hate that crap.
No, fair enough. I think that's fair.
I said last year, and I was honest about how I felt, right? I don't care if we finish fifth this year. I want the Champions League at all costs. That's me. I would love to win both. I'd love to get the double. I want the Champions League. That's the only thing separating Arsenal from the higher echelon of teams, in my opinion. Like, we can say we're on a level of Bayern Munich, but have we won the Champions League? We can try to say, oh, we're trying to get on the level of Barcelona or Real Madrid. We've never won the Champions League. We win the Champions League, no one can chat to us. And we didn't do it with blood money. We didn't do it with oil money. We didn't do it with 115. We didn't have to inject, £3 billion into our team and our club to do it. We did it the old-fashioned way, through grinding it out. So that's the only thing. That's the only difference. But I would like the, you know what I'm saying? I would like
to be honest, bro. We should be, to be honest, if we like somebody, I think Joe just said in the chat, with a couple of quality signings, we should be able to get both. We should be able to get both.
I want the quad.
And if we can't get both the Champions League and the Premier League, just get the Premier League and do a domestic treble or do a domestic double, bro. No, it's time for a domestic treble. I've seen a domestic double. Get a domestic treble this season, man.
Listen, we win the quad, I'll be the toppest, tippiest.
Oh, bro, if we win the quadruple,
Mikel Arteta is my uncle.
Bro,
hey guys, listen, don't forget, it's not the quadruple. We've won the Community Shield, mate. We're on for 1 of 5, so don't worry, man.
Sextuple, mate.
Super Cup. Listen, that Super Cup, brother.
Super Cup, I need a Super Cup, man. I need a Super Cup. I need a Super Cup, bro. I need a Super Cup. I need
something. And then the last thing we have, honestly, because we really do gotta go.
Yeah, I've just put it in the chat. There's a link. I don't know if it's going to come through, but there is an FPL link there. The code is there as well. If you like playing FPL, come and join me. I absolutely love playing fantasy football. Over the last couple of years, I've finished in the top 1% twice, and I live for it a little bit. And my pick would be get yourself a set and forget goalkeeper. Put in Verbruggen, don't overthink it, and then put Solis in your team because he is an assist machine. And join us, man. We love it. We love a bit of fantasy football. Are you guys going to get your team sorted out? Because I'm waiting for you.
So yeah, I have my own as well. So I'm going to probably join yours, get dish ragged, and hopefully try to win my own. But I'll probably get dish ragged anyway.
I'm going to join yours and dish rag you.
Yes, listen, I'm terrible because I forget. I get, it gets to like Saturday and they're like, oh, your FPL team. I'm like, oh, well, 3 dudes ain't playing. So, but yeah, I'm terrible at it. Joe says, what's up to the wine drinker?
Listen, why is it wine with an H? I ain't whining.
Listen, if you guys
man said he wants a white wine, pick it up with your Babylon.
If you stay until the end, you should be able to see all of our channels because it's on the outro. So make sure you subscribe to everyone, to be honest. It really helps us out if you like what we're talking about. And if you don't, subscribe anyway so we can trash. But it's Born AFC. Yeah. Born AFC.
I feel tired. We need to check out. We need to do like a bashment night somewhere, brother. None of the ghosts, though, brother. Let's just do it.
Oh, man.
That's not true, Tyson. That's not true. You watch Sevilla now. We struggle together. I'm drinking Magners. I like Foster's. Foster's my favorite.
Foster's?
It's cheap. It's cheap.
Foster's?
Yep.
Oh, mate, that's like that's like my first beer.
It's cheap. It's always like £4.50 pints. Yeah, I like it.
I'm not a Foster's drinker, my friend. Not a Foster's.
All right. So that ends the trifecta. Here goes.
Wait. My video needs to be played before this video, before the stream ends. Run the thing.
I've told you how many more times I've got to fucking tell you. Skelly in midfield. Declan Rice stays insane.
No, but where's
I'm playing wherever.
It's his natural position.
Oh, mate. It's just like when he goes, how many more times I got to fucking do?
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Oh, man.
Big ups, Joe.
Later on, guys, man. It's been a pleasure, man. And every Tuesday, guys, is a new thing now. Every Tuesday.
Listen, before we go, what's coming up next for you guys? Born, what's coming up for you?
Yeah, so I'm looking to I stream every Mondays, and I'm looking to upload what I stream on Monday up to Spotify as well. I'm going to stream this Friday to kind of kick off the new season, and after that, it will be every Monday morning. Come and join me for a boring brew. I've just been sorting out season 2's opening video. I'm very excited about that, and it would be great to see you guys join me after the weekend so we can either enjoy what happened or commiserate together, and it would be great to see you guys there on a Monday with me for the boring brew. That's me.
Yeah, so for me, guys, going to be starting up the live streams again. Just again for some personal things going on in my personal life, but once the season starts, I will be streaming regularly, probably around about 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. 45 minutes to an hour. Again, just in the process of literally setting up my own business, so I'll actually have more time for you guys. And I'll probably get to the point where I'll be able to stream twice a day as well, and I'm going to start doing some. Once I get a new computer, I'm going to start doing some. I'm going to do watch longs for every game as well, as many games as possible, because I still got you know where the hell's at, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, until next time, guys.
As for me, you guys know, I will be. What's today? Tuesday. Thursday, I'm doing my preview for both Sevilla match and the Arsenal match. I'll be doing a watch long Friday night for Arsenal, and I will be doing a watch long for Sevilla on Saturday. As I told you guys on my channel, I will be doing more Sevilla watch longs because I need some stress relief from watching the Arsenal. Also, I do love both clubs equally, and I need to show that. So I will be doing more Sevilla, and eventually we'll get to doing them in Spanish as well. So,
Wait,
that's
speak
it.
Spanish?
Huh?
You speak Spanish?
My Spanish is trash, man. But yeah, a little bit.
¿Hablas español?
Poquito.
Well.
Pero basura.
Todo
Basureña.
español es mierda de puta madre.
Basura. But yeah, I'm doing more of that. And as the guy said, we will be back on Tuesdays. It will probably rotate channels because I know that a couple of the guys are having holidays coming up soon. I think Darkside's going on holiday, then I'm going on holiday, and then Bob might go on holiday. Who knows? But so you might see 2 of us, you might see 3 of us, but we will be hopefully around on Tuesdays. And I'll leave you guys how I always leave you. Hope you guys have a good week. If we don't see you again, hope good things happen to you. Hope all the negativity goes away. But most of all, we hope that you enjoyed being here with us, the Touchline Trifecta. And hope to see you again next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday. And we're out. Take it easy.
Peace.